Problem 8. Find the magnitude, direction and position of the resultant force with reference to A of the forces as shown in the figure. We need to find magnitude, that is R, then direction theta, then position with respect to the point A. So, the given problem I will simplify and I will write it as here 100 Newton force is acting, here 200 Newton is there, so it is already given, I forgot to write, it is 60 degree, okay, it is 200 Newton, and it is acting at an angle of 60 degree. Okay, then we have the load, we call that one as UDL, uniformly distributed load. This type of problems we are going to discuss in the support reactions in further modules in briefly. Now I will tell you in short, if UDL, uniformly distributed load, is given, it is of the value 100 Newton per meter. It is not a load, it is the load intensity. Nothing but 100 Newton of load is acting for 1 meter length. Over a 1 meter length, 100 Newton load is acting. Then we will convert that one. This 100 Newton per 1 meter multiplied by the distance. So 100 into 1, you are going to get it as 100. Where it is going to act? It is going to act exactly at the center. Nothing but we are converting UDL into the point load. If we convert, it will act at the center vertically downwards. How much? The load intensity multiplied by the distance. 100 into 1, 100. Therefore, next year the 500 Newton load is acting. 500. Now we will go with the let us write down the points also. A, then we have B point, C point, D point, then that's all. Okay, now the distances given are as 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, and this is 0.5 meters. Once it is done, we will go with the regular procedure, that is theta and S for the inclined forces, sigma fx, sigma fy, r and theta, then the position. First, here 200 is the inclined force, so we need horizontal angle, it is already given, so no problem. Then splitting, behind the arrowhead draw nearby horizontal and nearby vertical line. Over. Next, sigma fx, sigma fy. So calculate sigma fx. So let us write here only. Sigma fx is nothing but only the horizontal force and horizontal component. It's a vertical force, leave it. Here the horizontal component is moving leftward, so minus. Component is f cos theta, that is 200 into cos of 60 degree. Vertical component, leave it. Vertical force, leave it. Then it is a horizontal force moving rightward, so it is plus 500. So once you calculate, you are going to get the value as 400 Newton. Then calculate sigma fy. It is vertical force and vertical component. Here the vertical force going downward, so minus 100. Here the horizontal component leave it, vertical component going downward minus vertical component is f sine theta, that is 200 into sine of 60 degree, then vertical force minus 100, then if we calculate, it is the horizontal force, leave it. If we calculate this one, we are going to get the value as 373.21 newtons. Once we calculate these two, calculate r and theta, that is r is given by square root of sigma fx square plus sigma fy square. Sigma fx is 400 square plus sigma fy is 373.21 square. So you are going to get the value as 547.07 Newton. Then calculate theta, that is the direction of the resultant, given by tan inverse of sigma fy divided by sigma fx. Take only the positive values. Sigma fy is 373.21 divided by sigma fx is 400. So we are going to get the value as 43.02 degree. Once you get r and theta, let us calculate the position. Position of the resultant. For that we need to calculate sigma m with respect to the given point, that is we need to calculate with respect to the a point according to the problem. So calculate it. This is the a point, it is the moment center now. While calculating the moment, we need to keep three things in mind. Moment is equal to force into distance, clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. If the force is passing through the moment center, then the moment will be 0. So here 100 is passing through a point, it will become 0. Then the horizontal component will act at the B point like this. So it is passing through the A point, it will become 0. Then the vertical component, it is going, the vertical component is f sine theta, that will become 200 into sine of 60, and the perpendicular distance between this vertical component from the A point is how much? 1 meter into 1, and it is acting. Keep your thumb at the A point and rotate your forefinger in the direction of the force. It is going clockwise, plus, then go to the next force, 100 into perpendicular distance between this 100 and the A point is 1 plus 1, that is 2, and if you rotate your finger, you will come to know it is clockwise. Then next force is 500 into, this is the 500 Newton line, then this is the A point. The perpendicular distance, nothing but from A point, if you draw a perpendicular to this line, the perpendicular distance will be 0.5 meter, and keep your thumb at the A point and rotate your forefinger in the direction of the force. It is going to rotate anti-clockwise, so it will be negative. So if we calculate this one, we are going to sigma m as 173.21 meters, Newton meters. Then once you get the position, you can calculate the different distances, like perpendicular distance is given by sigma ma divided by r, then x-intercept is given by sigma ma divided by sigma fy, y-intercept is given by sigma ma divided by sigma fx. So these are the formulas, just substitute the values and get the answer. sigma MA is 173.21 divided by R, that is 547.07. We will get the value as 0.317, and here all the distances are in meter, so it will also be in meter. This is a distance. Next we have x-intercept sigma MA, that is 173.21 divided by sigma FY, that is 373.21. that should be equal to 0.464 meter. Then y-intercept sigma MA is 173.21 divided by sigma fx is 400, that is we are going to get the value as 0.433 meter. That's all. We calculated the magnitude of the resultant, direction of the resultant, then the position of the resultant, that is nothing but different distances of the resultant force. That's all for this problem. Thank you.